Okay, so again, good afternoon everyone. For today's discussion, we are going to tackle about Lesson 2, Evaluating Functions. And this is somewhat similar dun sa na-discuss natin last time. Using a function as an equation, wherein given tayo ng equation, and then tayo mismo or ako mismo yung nagbigay ng value ng x. Okay? Pero dito sa ating lesson na to, given na yung x natin, and all we have to do is to substitute or to replace the variable with its designated value. Okay? So let us start with the first example. And as you can remember, ito din yung functions na ginamit natin last week sa discussion natin sa lesson 1. Pero yung x natin dito, iba na yung value. X is equal to 1.5. And then, ang gagawin lang natin dito is papalitan lahat ng x variables ng value natin, which is 1.5. Okay? So, this is a very easy part. Kasi alam ko naman, junior high school pa lang, naggaganito na kayo, nag-evaluate na kayo ng functions. For example, we have 2x plus 1, and then 2x is equivalent to 1.5, copy plus 1. And then simplify, 2 times 1.5, that's 3, and then copy plus 1, 3 plus 1, that is 4. And this is our final answer. As easy as that. Okay? Ang ginawa lang natin, pinalitan lang natin yung x nitong value niya na 1.5. And kung natatandaan nyo, last meeting natin ay sinabi ko na ang ating domain para sa letter A ay lahat ng real numbers. This is proven. Di ba nagbigay ako sa inyo ng example having positive and negative value ng x. So, gumana naman ng integers natin. Gumana din siya using decimal. So, wala tayong problem. Kahit gumamit kayo dyan ng fraction, kahit gumamit kayo dyan ng may radical, walang problem. Real numbers pa din yung domain natin. Okay? Another example. We have x squared minus 2x plus 2. So, substitute the value of x. X squared would be 1.5 squared minus 2. X is 1.5, copy positive 2. And then simplify. 1.5 squared is 2.25. Negative 2 times 1.5, that is negative 3. And then copy positive 2. These are all constant numbers. So, pwede natin yan i-combine lahat. Okay? So we have 2.25 minus 3 plus 2. That is equivalent to 1.25. Okay? Next, letter C. And by the way, real numbers din ang ginamit natin dito. Pwede niyong balikan yung discussion natin last time. And proven na lahat ng real numbers pwede nating gamitin as the domain for letter B. Another example, we have the square root of x plus 1. Square root of x is 1.5 and then copy plus 1. Simplify, we have the square root of 2.5. And then we can consider this our final answer. Kasi during this topic, hindi pa kayo allowed na gumamit talaga ng calculator. Pero syempre, since nasa bahay lang naman kayo and hindi naman makikita ng OLC na nagka-calculator kayo, pwede naman po, kung may square root ang hinahanap, you can use your calculator. Kasi ito hindi naman to perfect square. So, mahihirapan tayo kung magmamanual tayo na maghanap ng square root ng 2.5. Okay? Pero kung wala, we can consider this as our final answer. And lahat naman po ng positive numbers ay may roots. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, hindi tayo magkakaproblema dito sa letter C. Okay? You can use decimal. And please round off to 3 decimal places. In your activities, ang required doon, if I'm not mistaken, 3 decimal places. Kailangan rounded off. Okay? Check nyo na lang po. And then, dito sa letter C, it is also proven na hindi lahat ng real numbers ay pwede nating gamitin. Okay? Ang domain natin doon, if you can still remember, we have -1 and all positive numbers until positive infinity. And na-explain ko naman sa inyo last time bakit hindi natin pwedeng gamitin lahat ng real numbers. Okay? The reason is, pag sinabi nating radical, kailangan positive numbers lang yung nasa loob. Kasi as I've mentioned earlier, lahat ng positive numbers, perfect square man yan or hindi, meron yang square root. Pero ang negative numbers, wala po yung square root. You can try it on your calculator. Lalabas dyan error. Okay? Ang tawag natin dyan is imaginary number. Once na nagkaroon tayo ng x na negative, aside from -1, ang possible na lalabas dyan ay negative number sa loob ng ating radical. And nabanggit ko naman sa inyo that this is an imaginary number. And this number is not existing. Okay? Parang meron ka lang x pero wala ka namang value ng y. And kung babalikan natin ang definition ng relation, it is the connection of x and y. So kung meron kang x, dapat may y ka. Kung wala kang y, therefore, it is not a relation. Okay? Kaya binawasan natin yung domain natin dito. Pwede nyo pong itry yung ibang negative numbers. Okay? Next, letter D. We have r of x is equal to 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. Substitute the value of x. So we'll be having 2 times 1.5 plus 1 divided by 1.5 minus 1. And then simplify. 2 times 1.5, that is 3, plus 1, that is 4. 1.5 minus 1, that is 0.5. And dividing these two, we'll be having positive 8. And this will be our final answer. Okay? And as you can remember, for letter D, hindi rin lahat ng real numbers pwede nating gamitin. Okay? Ang pwede lang natin isama sa ating domain ay lahat ng positive and negative numbers except from 1. Hindi natin pwedeng isama yung 1. Okay? Kasi magre-result lang yan sa undefined. Bakit undefined? Meron tayong x sa denominator. Once na na-replace natin yan ng 1, so magiging 1 minus 1, ang denominator natin ay 0. Okay? And kapag meron tayong 0 sa ating denominator, ang tawag natin dyan is undefined. Tama? We can consider this as a function, but that's an irrational. Kahit nga yung may radical sa denominator, sometimes hindi natin yan ina-accept. Okay? In general po. Pero kung may value ka ng x, walang problem. Pero ito, when we say a over the square root of b, this is irrational. So, sometimes hindi natin to ina-accept. Pero dito, yung x naman natin, may value siya. Kaya allowed. Ang hindi lang natin pwedeng gamitin is itong positive 1. Because it will result to an undefined number. Kumbaga, meron kang x, pero yung y mo, hindi definite yung value. Kahit itry nyo sa calculator, magre-result lang yan sa error once na ang denominator natin ay 0. Okay? So that's for example 1. Another example, find g of -4 and r of 1 where g and r are as defined in the previous example. Dito naman sa example 2, ang goal lang natin dito is malaman kung ano ba yung possible na mangyari once na yung x natin ay wala sa domain. Okay? Kaya in advance ko na kanina, dito binigay ko na yung possible na domain natin para at least dito sa example na to ay alam nyo na agad yung pwedeng mangyari. Okay? For example, sa g of x, ang domain natin dito is -1 and lahat ng positive numbers to positive infinity. For r of x, ang domain natin dito, positive and negative integers to positive infinity except positive 1. So, positive 1 lang yung hindi natin pwedeng gamitin. And kung napapansin nyo, dito sa ating x, wala yan sa domain. Okay? Katulad nito, ang x natin dito is -4 and it is not related dito sa ating domain. Okay? Kumbaga, wala siya dun sa mga pagpipilian natin. So, ibig sabihin, once na ang x natin ay -4, wala tayong mahanap na value ng y because it is an imaginary number. Okay? It will result to a non-existing number. So, proof, let us try to substitute. We have the square root of x, that is -4, copy plus 1, -4 plus 1, that is the square root of -3. And we all know that we are not allowed to have a negative number inside the radical because it will result to an imaginary number. Okay? So, please take note that an imaginary number does not exist. Meron kang value ng x pero wala kang value ng y. At the same time, yung value ng x mo, wala yan dito sa ating domain. Okay? Again, domain is the set of values that the variable x can take. Okay? In other words, ito yung ating options for x. Ito yung collections ng lahat ng possible values ng x na magsasatisfy dito sa ating function. Okay? Another example. We have r of x is equal to 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. Actually, ito na-explain ko na last meeting, tapos na-explain ko na din kanina. Wherein ang x natin ay 1. Eh, di ba nga ito yung ating iniiwasan? Okay? Kasi magre-result yan sa undefined. So we have 2x plus 1, 2 times 1 plus 1, that's 3. Over x minus 1, 1 minus 1, that's 0. Yung numerator natin, okay lang kahit maging 0. Tapos yung denominator ay real numbers, walang problem doon. Pero kapag ang denominator na natin ang naging 0, ang tawag doon is undefined. Meaning, meron ka lang value ng x, pero yung y mo ay wala siyang definite na value. Okay? Kumbaga, existing naman to. This is an existing number. Pero hindi natin malaman ano ba yung eksaktong value niya. Okay? Kung ipa-plot natin yan sa graph, kung meron tayong undefined, putol yan. Hindi siya isang diretso. Di ba pag nag-graph tayo, lagi yung continuous. Okay? Kumbaga, pwedeng linear, pwedeng may curves tayo, continuous yan. Pero pag meron tayong undefined number, sa x or sa y man yan, putol. Parang ganito yung magiging itsura. Merong part na hindi natin ma-identify ano ba yung eksaktong value niya. Okay? So, please take note on that kasi sobrang halaga ng purpose ng domain natin. Okay? Kahit nga wala na tayong solution, as long as alam natin yung domain, kada function, alam na natin agad yung magiging sagot. Tama? So, that's for example number 2. Another example. Evaluate the functions where f and q are as defined in example 1. Okay, so we are going to use the two functions discussed earlier under ng example 1. And ito medyo kakaiba na yung example natin dito. Kasi hindi na lang siya basta number. Di ba kanina ang ginamit natin, x is 1.5, x is -4, x is 1. Pero dito, ang x natin, meron pa siyang variable na involved. Okay? At ang gagamitin daw nating functions dyan ay yung ginamit natin kanina, which is f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. Okay? Pero same pa din tayo ng process. Isa-substitute pa din natin yung value ng x gamit ang 3x minus 1. Ang pinagkaiba nga lang, yung x natin, may x pa siya. Okay? Kaya syempre, hindi tayo mag-expect ng sagot na number lang. Ang i-expect nating sagot, meron ng kasamang variables. Okay, so let us try the first example. 2x plus 1. So ito yung pinaka-function natin. Etong dalawang to, magkasama yan. This is counted as one item. Ito yung buong value natin for x. Okay, substitution. Copy 2. And then ang x natin would be 3x minus 1. Etong buong to. Make sure na ilagay nyo sa loob ng parentheses para hindi kayo malilito kung anong operation ang pwede nyong gamitin. And then copy plus 1. Okay? And please take note, when you are substituting, yung x lang yung pinapalitan natin ng value. The rest of the elements, kokopyahin natin. Okay? Simplify. By distributive property, yan, 2 times 3x, that is 6x. And then 2 times negative 1, that is negative 2. Copy positive 1. Next, combine similar terms. So when we say similar terms, it must have the same variable and exponent. Kung halimbawa ang variable mo ay x, dapat yung i-combine mo sa kanya, x din. Kung ang exponent mo ay 2, dapat yung i-combine mo 2 din ang exponent. Okay? You can review the laws of exponents. That was introduced during junior high school. So I'm sure master nyo na ang laws of exponents. Yan. Combine similar terms. Bring down 6x. Kasi wala naman siyang may kaparehong variable na x. And then, combine the two constant numbers, negative 2 plus 1, that is negative 1. So, our final answer would be 6x minus 1. Okay? So, I hope na intindihan niyo yung example A natin, kahit na iba na yung x dito. Hindi naman din siya masyadong nakakalito. Siguro kung mahaba na lang yung function natin, doon na kayo magkakaroon ng confusion. Pero kung ganito naman at kung focus kayo sa ginagawa nyo, hindi kayo malilito dyan. Okay, you can try it yourselves. Another example, ito pwede nyo akong sabayan na mag-solve sa inyong notebook para hindi kayo naiiwanan. Okay, para nakakasunod pa din. So letter B, we have q times 2x plus 3. Ito yung value ng x natin. And we are going to use the function q of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 3. Okay? First step, substitution. Ibig sabihin, itong dalawang x na nakikita natin, papalitan natin yan ng 2x plus 3. Okay? So we have x squared, 2x plus 3 squared. Make sure naka-enclose po yan sa parentheses. Kasi kung hindi nyo yan ilalagay sa parentheses, may iba na po ang value niyan. Remember, 2x plus 3 squared na walang parentheses is different from this one. Ito, ibig sabihin, yung 2 ay para sa 2x at para sa 3. Yung squared natin dito, para lang yan sa 3. Okay, and this is wrong. Next, minus 2x. So, minus 2. X is 2x plus 3. And then copy positive 2. Okay, next, it's time for us to simplify the given function. Pag sisimplify natin, always apply or always follow the PEMDAS rule. Para hindi naman kayo malilito, ano ba yung dapat nyong unahin? So let us first solve this one. 2x plus 3 squared. Just like any other numbers, di ba pag meron tayong squared, ang ginagawa natin is expansion. Let's say we have 2 squared. So, para ma-compute natin ang 2 squared, minumultiply natin by itself. That is 2 times 2. Okay, ina-expand natin. Same lang din pag meron tayong binomial. This is a binomial kasi meron tayong dalawang expressions. Okay? So, let us try this one na i-expand muna. We'll be having 2x plus 3 multiplied by 2x plus 3. Okay, this is the expanded form. And ang gagawin natin dyan is to apply the FOIL method. Remember FOIL method? This was introduced during grade 7. And I'm sure all throughout your junior high school days, ginagamit nyo ang FOIL method. So, FOIL method, the first, outer, inner, last. And meron tayong pattern dyan para hindi kayo nalilito. Okay, ito dapat yung mabubuo nating image once na in-apply natin ang FOIL method. Yan. Para siyang beak ng bird. Tandaan nyo lang to. Especially kapag involved ang dalawang binomials. Pero take note po, ang FOIL method, hindi lang natin yan sa binomials ginagamit. Hindi lang yan ginagamit sa dalawang pareho na binomials. FOIL method, ginagamit din natin yan kahit magkaiba itong dalawa. Okay? At the same time, ina-apply din natin yan sa trinomial. Yun nga lang, sa trinomial, hindi na siya katulad nito na image. Iba na yung magiging itsura niyan. Okay? So, let us try the FOIL method. 2x times 2x, that is 4x squared. 2x times 3, that is positive 6x. 3 times 2x, that is positive 6x. And 3 times 3, that is positive 9. Ganun lang kadali ang FOIL method. Okay? But this is not the final answer. We need to simplify this one. So we'll be having 4x squared. Combine the two 6x. That would be 12x. And then copy positive 9. So this will be our final answer for this part. Okay, dito pa lang yan sa part na to. And then, before we go on, ituturo ko lang sa inyo yung shortcut natin. Para in case man na maka-encounter kayo ng may square, alam niyo yung shortcut na hindi nyo na kailangan i-apply ang FOIL method. Okay? Pero yung shortcut na yon ginagamit lang po kapag naka-square. Kapag pareho yung binomials. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, square ang 2x. Okay, square muna natin ang first term. 2x times 2x, that is also 4x squared. And then square natin ang last term, 3 times 3, that is 9. Okay, how about the middle term? So, for middle term, we are going to get the product of the two terms. First term multiplied by the last term and then multiplied by 2. Wherein yung 2 natin dito, this is constant. Sa lahat po yan, 2 ang ginagamit. Okay, again, get the product of the first and the last term and then i-multiply by 2. So let us try. 2x times 3, that is 6x. Multiplied by 2, that is also 12x. Okay? Kung mamamaster nyo lang yung shortcut natin, mas madali ang gamitin. Kesa mag-FOIL method pa kayo na medyo mahaba-haba din ang solution. Okay? So, ang sagot natin dito sa ating in-applyan ng FOIL method is 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. And then, negative 2 times 2x, that is negative 4x. Negative 2 times 3, that is negative 6. And then copy positive 2. Okay? At this point, we can combine similar terms. 4x squared and 12x, hindi natin yan pwedeng i-combine kasi magkaiba tayo ng exponent. Ito ay 2, ito naman ay 1. Okay? So, copy lang natin ang 4x squared kasi siya lang yung may pinakamataas na degree, which is 2. And then 12x minus 4x, that is 8x. 9 minus 6, that is 3. And then plus 2, that is positive 5. So our final answer would be 4x squared plus 8x plus 5. Okay? So ito na yung sagot natin for letter B. Although medyo mahaba yung naging computation natin kanina, including the FOIL method, kung masasaulo nyo lang po yung mga steps na ginagawa natin, mga shortcut, techniques, madali na lang yan. Okay? Ang lagi ko lang ina-advise sa inyo is to recall the laws of exponents at yung mga iba pa na basics na na-discuss ng junior high school. Kasi very effective yon. At gagamitin natin yan sa mga susunod pa nating discussions. Okay? So that's all for lesson 2. And thank you for listening for this specific lesson. And we will continue the discussion for the next lesson sa ating next session.